Thank you for staying with us. It's time now to take a look at headlines making the front pages of Nigerian newspapers. And I begin with the national economy. The major story here, Nigeria's economy under Tinubu 1 year after. Nigeria's economy under Tinubu 1 year after. The writer there, how federal government's economic policies have impacted Nigerians. Then the other downstrip, what the tech is going on at the passport office. There's a question there. Also, out the top corner there, UN approves Nigeria's maritime expansion, adds a vast new territory. Diaspora remittances fall 6.28% to $282.61 million in the first quarter of 2024. And now we move to the Blueprint newspaper. The story there says, 10 years after, troops rescue 386 from Sambisa forest. The writer there says, NAF are now forced to reckon with. Look at Northeast governors lament poor state of federal government's infrastructure in region. And the writer there regrets exclusion from PMS to compressed gas transition. Another story there at the top corner, 27,000 Niger women embrace self-injection contraceptive method. Another story here, Ganduje Damfulani's suspension by words illegal, Northwest governors, National Assembly members are saying. Electricity tariff, schools, small businesses embrace solar energy. FCT rather, bandits invade Day, kidnap 4, many injured. Germany, Nigeria trade relation hits 3 billion euros, envoy is saying. And another story there, the Congo Army foils coup attempt. At the top corner there, helicopter carrying Iranian President Ibrahim Raisi crash lands. Those are some of the stories you find on the front page of the Blueprint. To the New Telegraph now, 10 years after abduction, Army rescues 386 civilians from Sambisa forest. And the writer there says the federal government's not considering de-radicalization program review now. Military source is saying NAF at 60, we are now forced to reckon with in terms of security, Air Chief is saying. 4 ex-Sambisa governors pledge, 4 ex-Zamfara governors pledge support in fight against insecurity. Community wants military base in Benue to end attacks, killings. Now, drug offenders, lawyers push against death penalty, say it'll serve no deterring purpose. And Tinubu creates committee to oversee green economy initiative, appoints Ngalali special envoy on climate action. Minimum wage, pension, blackmail, others won't stop us, NLC tells Soludo. Cybersecurity levy, CBN withdraws circular on implementation. Abbas to Ganduje constitute committees to reconcile aggrieved APC members. And at the downstrip there, study links PTSD to teeth grinding crisis. You might want to look at that. MPC analyst projects more rate hike as meeting commences today. All right, those are some of the stories you find on the front page of the New Telegraph. To the First News newspaper. Victory in Sambisa. Army rescues 387 hostages from Boko Haram's grip. And to another story there, another Elders Forum member critiques Tinubu's presidency. Renewed hope turned to hopelessness. That's what Yusuf is saying. APC unfazed as Atiku Obi Kwankwaso sparked 2027 presidential buzz. And Tinubu sets up Climate Action Committee, appoints spokesman as special envoy. My 1 year in office better than their 8 years, Governor Fubara boasts. Who is he speaking about? And quickly in sports here, Manchester City wins Premier League, crowned for a record 4th consecutive season. Those are some of the stories you find on the front page of the First News newspaper. And we move quickly to the Inquirer. It says tension high as soldiers camp in at Banex Plaza. Tension high as soldiers camp at Banex Plaza. Those are the stories you find on the front page of the Inquirer. And Abuja, the writer there, Abuja mom on fate of traders, authorities analyzing CCTVs for corporates. Some stories you find on the front page of the Inquirer. We move to the News Direct now. And it says minimum wage, federal government organized labor to meet today as NLC tells committee to perish offer below 615,000 naira. Shareholders impressed as Capital Hotels records over 42% growth rate in 2023. Osun 2026 election, big wigs election fuels APC's confidence to return to power. Another story here. NAFDA cracks down on counterfeit cosmetics, shut 3 shops in Lagos. Ogun APC captains Benga Daniel over comments on Agro-Cargo Airport. Those are some of the stories you find on the front page of the Nigerian News Direct. And now to the Platform Times. Abiodun Daniel clash over Agro-Cargo Airport amid 64 billion naira scandal. And the writer there says, Daniel suffering from hallucination of serial failure. A report scores Nigerian judiciary low on credibility amidst widespread corruption concerns. Those are some stories you find on the front page of the Platform Times. And we move to the Salient Times now. The major story here for the government, every 1 million CNG-powered vehicles will save Nigeria $2.5 billion yearly. That's what the federal government is saying. And some other stories there. Minimum wage, be considerate, reasonable. Anglican primate urges Nigerian government. Labor. 6 dead, many injured as trailer crashes into 4 buses at Imsu Junction. At Imo State University Junction. DR Congo Army foils coup attempt. And quickly another story here. Army storms Sambisa's forest to rescue 387 hostages. And on sports, Man City win record 4th consecutive EPL title. I believe that those are all the papers with me. Ibrahim.
Right, the first with me is the Daily Times with the headline, Speaker to Ganduje, constitute committees to reconcile aggrieved APC members, seeks support for party structure. Tinubu approves infra core for Green Zone, Ngelale chairs steering committee. Also, NAF at 60, we are now forced to reckon with Air Chief. Seizures, NDLEA declares couple wanted. NABS 4 suspected barons. And Nikasa, Nitcom condemn alleged killing of Nigerian in South Africa. Supreme Court's judgment, BFIG refusal fight, Russell fight dirty over ownership of Alscon. Also above the nameplate, we have Germany-Nigeria trade relations hit 3 billion euros. That's according to Envoy. Says Germany committed to strengthening bilateral relations with Nigeria. Next is the Leadership newspaper. Despite strikes, falling standards, 67 universities produce 6,464 first-class graduates in 3 years. Experts attribute trend to technology. Others, stakeholders seek adequate funding, vocational skills. Army foils coup attempt in DR Congo. Bandits kill 6 farmers in Kaduna. Resettled Borno residents, we are dying of hunger. Man City win historic 4th straight English Premier League title. And also above the masthead, we have 2024 Hajj Nahkon airlift 7,582 pilgrims in 5 days. Iran president feared dead in chopper crash. Next is the Nation newspaper. Tinubu likely to get minister's performance record this week. Deliverables based on administration's 8 priority areas are criteria. CBN faces the Nation newspaper. CBN faces tough choices on interest rate, inflation, others. Anxiety over Iran's president after chopper crash, which has been confirmed that the helicopter definitely crashed and then the president lost his life. Olakuleyin cleared to become 43rd Olubadan. President Okey's panel on green economic drive. Central Bank withdraws cybersecurity levy circular. Troops rescue abducted 383 from Sambisa forest. Now to the Nature News newspaper. The Nature News newspaper talking about the nature rather in the nation. I meant to say. Tinubu to chair 25-member committee on climate actions, green economic initiatives. Environment Minister Lawal is vice chairman. Chief Ngelale is secretary, presidential envoy. UNESCO mobilizes global partnership for water solution ahead of World Water Forum. World Bee Day 2024. Let the bees be and breed. I love this pun. Let the bees be and breed. Interesting. Ngelale chairs Presidential Committee on Project Evergreen City. COP29 President Azerbaijan's Babayev says climate change still a global concern. And also CSOs applaud NAS's decision to investigate GMOs in Nigeria. Next is This Nigeria. This Nigeria has it as a local government economy. Activists, lawyers seek reduction in governors' powers. Soludo sacks 21 local government transition committees chairman. Their tenures expired, says governor. Criticisms continue to trail Uzodinma's appointment of sole admins for local governments. Army force attempted coup in DR Congo, flush out insurgents. FCT, police restore order at Banex, interrogate suspected traders involved in fight with army. On the ear of the newspaper, Nigeria-Germany trade relations hit 3 billion euros. How import restrictions hamper business in Nigeria, other African countries. That's according to the IMF. Next is the Vanguard newspaper. The Vanguard newspaper, manufacturers will as unsold goods pile up in warehouses as costs of living rises, purchasing power drops. Palm oil producers worst hit. Beer producers emerge best performance. And the experts blame FX volatility, energy crisis, profile solution. Tinubu okays establishment of green industrial zone. Federal government moves to fight inflation through CNG. Intense search for Iran's President Raisi after helicopter accident. And then Edo Guba, Labour moves to reconcile Akpata in Maswagbon. Minimum wage, why we may not accept 100,000 naira. That's according to organized labor. Vanguard 2024 economic discourse holds this Thursday. Next is the Punch newspaper. Dangote petrol supply. Federal government may slash 6 trillion naira fuel import. 520 billion naira monthly fuel import expected to drop as Dangote begins supply in June. Helicopter crash. Iranian spray for missing president, minister. 8 manufacturers suffer 627 billion naira forex losses. Cocaine seizure. NDLEA declares couple wanted. Federal government begins housing construction in 4 states. And above the masthead, oil production nears 1.7 million barrels per day. That's according to the NNPC. MPC may raise interest rate again Tuesday. CBN, SEC fine 9 banks 678 million naira. Last but not least is the Nation Sporting Live. 2026 World Cup qualifier. Nigeria, Benin, tie to hold June the 10th. Napoli wants Greenwood to replace Osimhen. Nwabali helps Chippa United retain PSL status. No pressure to win Olympic gold, says Amushan. And then Brighton 0, Man United 2, Red Devils end worst campaign on positive note. Former teammate warns Mbappe, and the club's reign ends in victory. Semedo sent off. Well, that's about it for... Okay, Usyk shows off battle scars, new belt. That's about it for the newspapers up for review this morning.
And we talk about the games yesterday. A lot of persons were just, trolling Arsenal for not lifting the cup. They came close. They did well. But unfortunately, another club had to pick up that trophy yesterday, unfortunately. And across the papers, we are seeing matters of minimum wage, also another major issue on the papers this morning. But I believe that we have been able to update our viewers so far with regards to what's happening across the country. So